What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 9 match in the WPL, taking on Jake and the Miami Mimikyus. Should be a fun one. Jake's sort of at the in the middle of the pack there, around 8th seed. I believe he's sitting in 8th seed right now, and we are in 5th seed currently, although it might have changed since Bash is 5-3 now, so we should be a little bit higher. I'm not entirely sure why the standings haven't been updated in a while, because it still shows that I'm 5-2, but I am 6-2. So that obviously changed a lot of stuff. And basically, 7 wins pretty much guarantees us a playoff spot. In fact, I believe 7 wins clinches us for playoffs regardless, because all of the teams under that shouldn't be able to hit. There's a lot of 2-win teams, and so I believe they should not be able to hit 7 wins with only 4 weeks to go. Or 3 weeks to go after this, so 4 weeks, yeah. So we should be able to clinch a playoff spot with 7 wins. So that's a really crucial thing that we're trying to hit here in this match against Jake. If you haven't seen the team builder, I will very briefly I'll very briefly explain the team. I'm not going to go fully in depth with it. Please watch the team builder. It goes really in depth with it. I'm 3 attacks, T-Spike, Speed Drill, fast pivoting Zapdos with Volt Switch, which is the first time like all season I've run Volt Switch, I think. Paris Trapping Dugong, I'm a Rocky Helmet defensive Garchomp, Ghostium Z Mimikyu, Life Orb, Trick Room, Life Orb 3 attacks, Trick Room, Reuniclus. So I go a lot more in depth with it. Check out the team builder. In terms of what Jake's bringing, he could have brought the Weavile, Florges, Porygon 2, Tentacruel, Alomomola, Golurk, Megalodios, Ferrothorn, Emboar, Heliolisk, and Yanmega. I was not actually really expecting the Florges. I didn't think it made that much sense against my team, especially if I did bring the Registeel. He was really surprised about me not bringing the Registeel. I felt that Golurk and Emboar were enough of a threat to it, and that it was way too passive against mons like Megalodios to bring to this game, so I didn't bring it. Tentacruel didn't really have a matchup against me, did not expect that. I'm a little bit shocked to not see the Ferrothorn. I thought Ferrothorn would show up, maybe to stop the Mega Beedrill or punish the Mega Beedrill from pivoting around at the very least, because this team looks very weak to Mega Beedrill. So that is just what I'm going to lead off with here. That's the whole idea behind the Mega Beedrill set, is to lead and get T-Spikes or knockoff and whatnot, especially when he's going to lead with the Porygon 2. So I looked at the calc on this. He's actually going to trace my Sniper, so if he gets a crit, then it's a really hefty crit. I was very much considering just clicking knockoff and getting rid of the Eviolite turn 1. And I opt to U-turn out, and the reason for that is because Foul Play is a roll to kill me, because I'm adamant. So I'm just going to go hard into my Dugong here on what is actually a Tri-Attack. So I should have been a lot less scared. Tri-Attack's doing pretty much nothing, and we scout from the damage there that he is fully physically defensive, like entirely physically defensive, just max defense. And he's really surprised about how much damage it does. Adaptability is really strong, and Mega Beedrill's ridiculous attack stat with adaptability makes it a really powerful boy. I could have just clicked knockoff and got rid of the Eviolite, but Dugong basically gets to kill a wall or a Megalodios now that it's in. So I'm going to click Whirlpool, as he's going to go hard Weavile, which is very strange to me. And I missed the Whirlpool, which actually really sucks as well. I'm going to click Protect here and scout out what he wants to go for as he goes for the Low Kick. I was calcing, and it looks like Low Kick's going to do like 20% to me, so I'm not worried. As he goes for the knockoff this turn, expecting me to switch out, and I get to Whirlpool trap this Weavile and Protect again. Get some really good chip damage off on this Weavile with the Whirlpool, even if I'm not getting anything going. And then I'm just going to sack the Dugong here, which I was not intending to do. So it turns out that I was calcing level 50. I was calcing the Battle Spot singles Weavile. I knew for a fact that he wasn't a boosting item because he changed moves around. He might have been Z. It could have been, this could have been Z, or Yanmega could have been Z. So I was a little bit iffy on if the Weavile was Z or not. Yeah, Low Kick's doing like 90% minimum because it's a base 100 power move against my Dugong. So I did expect him to have the Low Kick, and the fact that he has Low Kick and Knockoff, has revealed 2 of his moves, means he either... Sorry, what was the other moves that I thought he was going to have? There were like 6 moves I thought might have been coming. So now at this point he either doesn't have 2 of Poison Jab, Pursuit, Ice Shard, or Icicle Crash. I have no idea on which ones he's going to have. I'm playing around the fact that he will have Ice Shard. In my mind he will have Ice Shard, and so I'm playing around that, but we'll sort of see and figure out what his moveset actually is a little bit down the road. That chip on the Weavile is very good regardless, because I need as much chip on as I can get. I don't have any priority for it, but I'm really relying on him not having Shard and Mega Beedrill to be able to kill it. The fact that he's not Life Orb or Choice Band means that it's a lot less of a threat to revenge kill the Mega Beedrill. It's only doing about 50% instead of like 70%, so I really got to keep that in mind. Now that he kills me, Mega Beedrill gets to come in. I get to just U-turn again as the Porygon 2 comes in. Tracing Adaptability. Now, this is actually kind of scary because he can now get adaptability boosted tri-attacks as I just go for the raw Focus Blast and I miss. So that actually really sucks. That would have been a huge choke on his part had I actually hit the Focus Blast, because Weavile decimated my team in prep, and a Focus Blast would have obliterated this thing. Even if he was Chople, this thing is hella dying because I'm Life Orb. Yeah. I clicked Focus Blast against the P2. If he wanted to stay in and click Recover, then I was okay with that as well. I'm still doing 55-ish%, which either threatens out the Porygon 2 or forces him to recover again, in which case I can go to the Beedrill and click Knockoff and get rid of the Eviolite. And then from there, I should be killing the Porygon 2. But the fact that he swapped in Weavile hard really scares me. I definitely could have just killed this with a Focus Blast had it hit if I was HP fight. I was considering being HP fighting, but I really needed Focus Blast for the Porygon 2 and for the Ferrothorn. So just quite unfortunate there. Sorry, just checking some Discord messages for a sec there. So what that means is I'm going to scout and see if he's got Pursuit. If he has Pursuit, he kills me. There's really nothing I can do about it because I die to the knockoff anyways if he's Expert Belt. So I'm just going to hard swap, and it looks like he doesn't have Pursuit as I go into the Beedrill, which eats the knockoff. And now I'm going to scout and see if he has Ice Shard and go to my Zapdos, and he doesn't as he goes into Emboar. So I'm worried about this. We've basically seen that he doesn't have the Ice Shard because he would have used it on the Beedrill there. We know he's not locked in, so he definitely doesn't have the Ice Shard, which is really good knowledge, because that basically means he's going to have to take a Rough Skin damage on the Garchomp unless he wants to hit it with Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin damage on the Garchomp, unless he wants to hit it with the with a Crash. And then we've also seen that it does not have Pursuit, which is also good knowledge. So it probably has Crash and Poison Jab as the last two moves, and it's probably Expert Belt if I had to guess. Otherwise, he's walled by Primarina without Poison Jab, so I definitely think he has Poison Jab, and I definitely think he has Crash to hit the Zapdos. Low Kick for the Registeel. I mean, it's good enough. If he didn't think that Lycanroc was coming, then it's definitely good enough. He brought a very Lycanroc weak team, so we'll sort of see what happens there. Emboar coming in, I'm definitely afraid of this being Scarfed, as he swapped it in on the Beedrill, potentially to take a U-turn. I'm not necessarily in agreement with that play, but Porygon 2 is weakened, so he really had nothing to switch into Beedrill anyway, so I guess this was his best option. I'm not going to risk this being Scarf and letting my Zapdos die, even though Zapdos is worthless. It's still sitting there, and it's a Yanmega check potentially, so I am going to just go hard into my Garchomp on the Flare Blitz and punish this thing hard. It turns out he's not a boosting item at all, and he's not Choice Banded, so I'm going to punish him really hard, get my Rocks up, and punish him again as he takes the superpower damage. Yeah, so Rocks are really important because Yanmega's sitting there, and the Weavile is at 63%, so minus 25 is whatever it is, 49 I guess, or 48? No, 38% I guess. Really good chip on those. It chips the Porygon 2 down to a level. It'll put the Florges in range of 2 Psyshocks guaranteed from Reuniclus. It puts the Latias in range of 2 Shadow Balls guaranteed, unless he clicks a recovery sort of thing. So I am just going to claim my kill on the Emboar here. I know I'm faster, and I was scouting to see if he had Sucker Punch. If he did have Sucker Punch, he would have killed himself. No, wouldn't he? No, he would have done 28, so he actually wouldn't have killed himself with the Sucker Punch. As the Porygon 2 comes in, this thing's definitely clicking Recover, and I'm just going to get the Toxic off on it. It's really my best play to just wear this Porygon 2 down. I'm going to go hard into my Reuniclus and what I expect to be an Ice Beam, save the differential with my Garchomp, and I can set up a Trick Room for free here, as he does bring in the Yanmega. He EV'd it properly with the HP, and Psyshock's going to kill it. Reuniclus kind of just picks up kills here, and he's really just trying to sack stuff off until Trick Room goes down, because he doesn't have a good way of dealing with it. As he clicked Toxic, so I'm Magic Guard. He probably could have figured out that I was Magic Guard rather than Regenerator a lot earlier, and this Latias is going to drop to Shadow Balls, as he's got to rely on Thunderbolt. Instead of switching, I'm just going to kill it. And this means that my Mimikyu is pretty worthless, although I can Drain Punch the Weavile if I need to. I'm going to hard swap out. We know he doesn't have Pursuit, so I'm just going to hard swap into my Zapdos. He's going to get staticked by the knockoff, and he's going to quit the game. Right there. So we win 5-0. not how I would have wanted to have it, but obviously this Weavile was pretty worthless at that point, and we've scouted, and realistically it doesn't have Ice Shard, so I could have roosted the next turn, which would have put me in a really good spot. Porygon 2, I can kind of just roost stall it with Zapdos as well, so Zapdos realistically would have been able to clean up this game, or we haven't seen Shard, I could have sacked something off potentially. I could have gone into Mimikyu on another knockoff and set up a Swords Dance. I would have been faster than the Weavile, kill it with a Drain Punch, and then I could have killed a Porygon 2 potentially with a +2 Drain Punch. A little bit iffy on that one, but Porygon 2 can't really beat my Mimikyu. So that picks up our 7th win. We are now 7-2 plus 15. It's really important now that we've made playoffs. We're guaranteed playoffs basically with that, with 3 games left to go. So summary of our last three games coming up: we play Spanik, we play Bash, and we play the replacement for Derek. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Who's out of playoffs currently, but Bash and Spanik are both in playoffs. Spanik is guaranteed as well. He's hit 7 wins. I am not taking my next 2 weeks seriously. I will tell you guys this straight up. I am not taking either match seriously. I don't want to build a serious team for either of them when they're both very clear choices as playoff opponents. They're both probably going to be playoff opponents, and I don't want to give away any strategies. I'm not going to take it. Basically, I'm memeing both of those matches. I will make team builders for the meme matches. I'm not going to go as in depth as I normally do about what I think they're going to bring and what looks good from my side. I'm just going to skip that. And yeah, that'll be the next 2 weeks. So hopefully you guys stick around for the next 2 weeks and at least see the results of those. The more wins we get out of those, the better our seeding will be, which potentially leaves us with a better opponent to match up. Although I would really not like to play Jake again. I guess I won't be playing Jake. Jake actually dropped the league after this, and so we'll see if he's got a replacement or not. But I hopefully will not play someone in the first round that I've already played this season and built seriously for. So that's going to be for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our WPL Week 9 match. I probably didn't deserve a 5-0 this week, but we got it. And next week we take on Spanik and the New York Rangers.